Hey everyone, welcome back to Garnock Reviews, where today we're looking at a 2014 Pursuit 385 offshore fishing boat. This boat's currently for sale for $365,950 and is lying in Jacksonville, Florida. And we don't actually have anything like this on the channel so far, so when Mark Zeigler asked if we wanted to take a look at his latest listing, we jumped at the chance. This offshore Sportfisher is powered by triple 300 horse Yamaha outboards, so you get a total of 900 horsepower. These engines have somewhere in the region of 820 hours and have recently been fully serviced. As we jumped on board, one of the first things I liked about this boat was how easy it was to get to the bow. We've got the solid grab rails throughout, and as you can see here, we've got the windlass up front. This is an electric windlass. And in the anchor hatch, you've actually got the deck wash operating system as well, so you can hose everything down and get rid of all the salt water, things like that. And as we turn around and head astern, you can see the 13-foot beam makes this a very stable boat with plenty of stability for manoeuvring both in the dock and out at sea. On the roof of this boat, not only do we have your typical navigation aerials, but we also have the two outriggers as well for offshore fishing. The aft cockpit has got plenty of rod holders, including on the framework here at the side of the cabin. I love how much space there is in the aft cockpit. This is a multi-purpose boat. You can use it for offshore fishing, you can use it for fast cruising, you can use it for diving. There's all sorts of activities that you can enjoy with this boat, and the aft cockpit gives you that plenty of space to make the most of it. On the port side, you'll see here we've got lockers for fishing rod storage equipment, and right now they've actually got, you'll see these chrome poles. You can actually use these to convert the canopy into like a bimini top and extend that out. In front of this on the deck is access to the battery bank. There's actually two of these lockers, there's one on either side, and they have got 3 batteries each. And as you can see from here, the owners kept this boat extremely well maintained, but this is very much a turnkey, ready to go opportunity. As well as having 2 battery boxes on the deck, we've also got 2 fish boxes. This can also be used for storage as well as keeping your catch. Right now this is where the owner is keeping a kedge anchor with rope and chain. In the centre of the deck, you'll see here we've got a very strong rocket launcher, and then behind that we've got an access panel on the deck that takes you into a lot of the mechanical aspects of the boat. I like the fact that this equipment was as easy to access from both port and starboard, and the hatch is easy to open as well. And then when we go down in here, you can see this is what houses the generator on board. You also have access to transfer the fuel between the 3 engines. You also have things like your fuel and water separators. You've got your bilge equipment, you've got various transducers, you've got the different seacocks for the water cooling, and everything's clearly labelled and is very much accessible. As I mentioned before, this is very much a multi-purpose boat, and one way they've utilised that is there's 2 folding mezzanine chairs here, complete with padded backrest, and you could probably seat 4 adults on this. And I like the fact that you can fold them up whenever deck space is more important. And then along the transom here, we have got the live bait tank, and next to the live bait tank we also have a refrigerated fish hold, which again can double up as additional storage if you wanted to for ropes and fenders and things like that. Fishing is definitely the primary focus for this boat. You can see all the rod holders as we work our way around, and then at the front of the cockpit here we have got a bait prepare station. This includes a cutting board, and there's a sink next to that, and then next to the bait prepare station is actually the grill out here. And what better way to serve up the catch of the day? You're not going to get fresher than that. And as you can see, there's plenty of storage in here, including different drawers and cabinets. You can store all your different fishing equipment, your knives, your tackle, things like that, and you can also store cleaning equipment if you needed to as well. As we make our way around, there's one last cool box in here, and this is a perfect place for storing drinks. It's easily accessible from both the cockpit and from the helm. As we move through the canopy into where the helm is, I was really impressed with the headroom, with the visibility, and just the quality of the fit and finish, including having the handrails throughout. What took me by most surprise is the fact that inside this section, this is actually air conditioned. And you've got different options where you can roll the canopy up, you can remove the canopy altogether, or you can keep it closed. And with the air conditioning running, I'd probably recommend the latter. And the helm position on here is extremely well equipped. You've got your ICOM VHF radio, you've got the compass overhead, you've got the Yamaha engine management system, and you've got two large Garmin displays, and this can be your radar, it can be your chart plotter, it's got depth gauge, it's got full engine instrumentation in here as well, and you can do different overlays to mix and match. And then you can see you got the autopilot, you got bow thruster controls, and all your access panels. You get a very comfortable multifunction helm seat. This can be used with a bolster up so that you can lean against it when you're standing up, or you can also fold it down and use it as a seat for when you're cruising. And underneath the cockpit seating, we also have the main battery isolator switches and all the main control units for all the electronics and navigation equipment on board. The seating here would probably seat 6 adults. I like the way it's got the cushions at the back that you could also lay down on here if you wanted to. As we make our way into the lower accommodation, I love all the modern touches to this, the curved glass, the different mood lighting, and the way that everything just seems to have a real high quality fit and finish to it. Now I'm 6'2" and I was pleasantly surprised by how much headroom we had on board. And overhead we've got 2 large hatches, and I like the fact that you can have the blind closed to keep out the light and heat, but you can also have the mesh screen open if you wanted to when you're opening the hatch, but you want to keep the bugs out. There's plenty of storage in the accommodation area for the weekend cruising. Starting off here, we've got the hanging lockers, and notice how solid the locks are on the door so that nothing swings open while you're underway. And underneath the cushion seating here, you can see that there's large storage areas. And there's also full music and entertainment systems on the port side as well. And then behind the door that leads into the heads compartment, you've got the main AC control unit for the forward section, but you also have controls for both the accent lights, the overhead lights, but the table that you see at the bow, this actually lowers electronically and converts to a double berth. As we make our way around to the galley, you can see here we've got 2 drawer as a fridge freezer. Again, this is meant for weekend and extended cruising. I like the finish on the countertops, and then above that you've got your conventional microwave oven. And we got more deep locker space here along the backsplash. We've got a deep sink, and next to the deep sink we also have a 2-burner electric stovetop. And below all this we've got multiple drawers and storage cabinet, and again I like the fact that there's as many curves and finishing touches to this. And then as we make our way further around, this is leading to basically underneath the cockpit, and here you will see that we have got, it's like a bench seating area, and there's another control panel in here, and there's more lockers and storage cabinets as we work our way around. And this also includes all the paperwork and documentation. The owner's done a really good job of keeping that all intact and all together. And underneath we've actually got another double cabin in here, so this sleeps 4 people in total. And there's different overhead lights as well as access to the hatches as well for both air, light and ventilation. And finally that leaves us with the heads compartment, which is on the starboard side. And you've got finishing touches like you've got the large mirror with a wooden frame, you've got the glass blowing sink, there's plenty of storage for toiletries, towels, linens, things along those lines. And I should point out that everything in here leads to a 35-gallon holding tank. And the heads compartment has got a very large and spacious shower compartment. And again, headroom wasn't an issue whenever I was walking through this area. And then as you come out the shower compartment, There's obviously a toilet in here as well, with more lock and storage above for things like towels and linens. And I'd like to thank you once again for taking the time to watch this video. And I'd like to thank Mark Zeigler for inviting us on board to review it for him. And I look forward to catching you on the next one. Thanks everyone.